If you're a soldier on a battlefield and you're fighting a war, the last thing you want to do is to pull up the white flag and surrender. No one likes to surrender because that means they have to give up something that they want to hold as precious, no matter what that is. Now we're in a war. We're in a war like we've never been before because Satan is everywhere and he is accelerating his deviousness in our life at a rate that we've never seen before. Yes, what's happening in our life and all around us is the work of the devil. Look at how much he has changed our life in the last couple of years. He's done one thing that destroys the whole concept of civil society. We're living in a form of chaos today. And the reason is because we can't trust anybody anymore because we've been sown so many lies. False news, fake news, this isn't true, that isn't true, believe this, believe that. We don't know what to believe anymore. As you start to believe something, as soon as you start to do that, it's taken away. Everything that you believed in your past in terms of the structural foundation of our society is crumbling right before our eyes. But are we going to surrender to Satan? Are we going to surrender to his evil? Or are we going to choose good? Good over evil. It's up to us, and it's going to be each and every one of us. You can say, well, what can I do about it? I'm just one single person. I can't handle all this. It's just happening. First of all, it's happening too fast. And secondly, I don't even know how to go about doing that. Well, we all have a place to play, and each one of us is important. You look at a beautiful grass and you say, oh, how gorgeous it is, or a beautiful garden and you say how beautiful it is. But it wouldn't be if every single blade of grass didn't do its job and every single flower wasn't there to put into the whole picture. And you and I are put into the picture of this life and this society today, and we have to do our job. We have to be the thing that's going to counteract all of this evil in this chaos in the world today. And there's only one way to do it, and that is to be on God's team. Well, how do you join God's team? It's very simple, and yet it can be very difficult. And that is to surrender to him. None of us likes to surrender to anything. We like to be in total control of our life. We like to be in control of every moment and every event in our life. That's who we are. But unless we surrender to the will of God, chaos and Satan will continue to spread his evil throughout this world. So we have to go and we have to say to God, I'm coming to you now, and I'm going to jump off the cliff and go into the darkness, not knowing where I'm going. And boy, can that be frightening. There's nothing worse than being in the dark. But God says to us, you're not in the dark. I sent you a light. And that was Jesus. He is the light of the world. And if you follow that light, and he is the way, the truth, and the life, you cannot go wrong. And you will be saved from Satan. Maybe not today in terms of the world, and maybe not even in your lifetime. But I will conquer this world because good will always conquer evil. We just can't let it. So what we have to do is to turn our lives around and give to God our soul, our mind, our heart, our everything. And when we do, we will be transformed into the opposite of what Satan is trying to sell us. We will be transformed into those things that Jesus taught us to be as a human. Loving, kind, forgiving, merciful, reaching out to others. We will go and follow the attitudes that were given to us on the Sermon of the Mountain. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the clean of heart. Blessed are peacemakers. And that's what we are meant to be. Because until we do those things, this world will never change. And if it doesn't see that goodness and it's not being proclaimed, then yes, chaos will continue to exist. So, be a good Christian. Turn your life over to God. Place it all in His hands. And know that when you surrender to God, you have given yourself the best gift that you could ever have.